Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have a soft spot for Japan and for its culture and history. I can't say more than that, and it hurts me to see what it became. Just set aside the fact that Japan is still under foreign occupation from 1945, still is occupied by these guys who are supposed to be their allies. That's how the term that they use. And that's one, if that's not bad enough, the other one is that they're using mass democracy to elect their representatives. And it seems like their elected officials through the mass democracy that I'm not very fond of, for reasons that I expressed in many of my videos, and I will continue to express my dissatisfaction with the mass democracy unchecked. It seems the mass democracy produces the same weasels who are the so-called representatives, our leaders. Because if you look at a Japanese politician, elected official, seems to be no different than a Romanian weasel politician, corrupt. So you like how I put the words like, all right now. Anyway, weasel, Romanian politician, corrupt, great. Anyway, so let's go back to this. It seems like Japan is not, I don't know, keeping its honor. Honor is a very important thing in the Japanese culture, and it was dishonored in 1945, clearly on September 2nd, 1945, when they signed the unconditional capitulation, and that's it. That was bad, and I will use Hirohito, then Emperor of Japan, who had a radio address addressed to the Japanese subjects, and he said, we have to bear the unbearable. Well, you've been doing that for the past 80 years, I guess, and you will continue to do that, seems like. So, no honor, and that's a very big insult if you tell that to a Japanese. It used to be. I don't think it's still working nowadays. They look at you and they start laughing because they lost that one. Their honor is the same as the American honor and the capitalist system honor. That's the honor. So what do we have here? It seems like this country, Japan, was pushed into imposing sanctions for whatever reason, right, on Russia. And it was pushed by the masters, Zimbabwe across the Pacific in their case. And they imposed all kind of sanctions, and they got involved, and they started having a big mouth for nothing, for something that another country was doing something with another country somewhere many thousands of miles away from their shore. But hey, the master, an order, you execute an order, you don't discuss an order. Correct? Correct. The problem is that system applies to foreigners like you. Okay, now you're gonna abandon, let's go bow towards these guys you've been doing for 80 years now. This article comes from Bloomberg, and you will see how weasel Japan is. Sorry, no honor. This article comes from December 27, 2022. Japan set to import first crude shipment from, guess who? Russia. Since May. What changed? Nothing. It's just that you became a weasel and you received the order. Okay, go ahead. They accepted your demand or your request. I'm sorry. So you impose something on May, right, on Russia, and now you weasel out and you do what you said you're not gonna do. That's dishonorable, and I'm gonna use that word. Now I don't expect you to commit seppuku or harakiri because you want to show me that actually you didn't lose your honor, or you want to regain your honor. No, those times are gone. Now you just bend over and take it deep and hard. Sorry, this is the new Japanese culture. I'm exaggerating, okay? Because I'm a little bit irritated. Put it like that. Japan is set to import its first crude oil shipment from Russia in more than half a year as the government pushes energy importers to stockpile fuel in a bid to avoid further shortages. The Aframax Zaliv Baikal vessel is sailing to Japan after loading from the Sakhalin-2 facility in Russia's Far East on Wednesday, according to ship tracking data compiled by Bloomberg. Japan hasn't imported a Russian oil shipment since May, shipping data show. While Japan has joined other Western allies, you didn't join shit. You were told what to do. That's the reality. But hey, pretend we're tards and we just read what Bloomberg tells us because we are, okay, yes, they joined the other allies because they're all good and those are the bad dudes right there. So they joined other Western allies in sanctioning Russia over its invasion of Ukraine. The Asian nation has stopped short of taking strict measures on oil and natural gas. The government has said the Russian Sakhalin-2 export project is a key source of Japan's liquefied natural gas supply, and the production and imports of its oil is required for stable operations. So it's like you see, that's how it goes. You see someone raping someone else. In this case, Russia raping Ukraine, correct? Correct. And you say, hey, that's wrong. We should intervene. Yeah, but you know what? We shouldn't intervene yet because tomorrow is we're going to intervene only tomorrow. Let that keep going because tomorrow is my child's birthday and my child likes that rapist, okay? The one that is doing it right now. So hold on until tomorrow, and by tomorrow, after my kid's birthday, we can see what we're going to do and what we determine with the rapist. Is that how it is, Japan? I mean, if you think that what Russia did to Ukraine was so horrible, why do you pick and choose on the sanctions? So you're going to say, well, yeah, he should go to prison, he should go to jail, should get arrested, but tomorrow he should be just left out, from the jail or wherever he is confined and come over and see my kid and then go back into prison or wherever he is. And then when my kid wants to see him again, let him come out. Is that how it works, Japan? Values do not work that way. Otherwise, they are not values. Anyway, the shipment comes as Moscow banned exports of Russian crude oil and refined products to foreign buyers that adhere to a price cap. Japan said last month that shipments from the Sakhalin-2 export project will be exempt from the price cap. Why is that? So he can come at your kid's birthday? Oh, fuckers. Still, Japan has, and here is another thing. The shipment comes as Moscow banned exports. No, it's going to ban, and I think it's February 2nd when it starts, when it's going to start in effect. So now let's do it. Let the rapist do some more things before February 2nd, where he's going to be arrested, okay? Yes? Good plan, Japan? Great. Okay. Mother. Anyway. Still, Japan has greatly reduced oil imports from Russia. Reduced. That means the guy is still running around, especially from the Sakhalin-1 oil and gas project, since the war began as refineries looked to diversify supply. Japan's Taiyo Oil Company was the buyer of the latest shipment from Russia, and it plans to split the cargo between the two discharge terminals at Kikuma and Namikata, according to statement on Sakhalin Energy's website dated December 19. Well, what do you think? What do you think? Should the rapist be allowed to come and go? Huh? Or, I mean, if you have a value and say you are a criminal, then you stand by that, and the crime, right, should match the punishment. Well, if the crime is as they say, then why do you just impose here and there where you like it and where you don't like it? You don't act like that when you have values. Well, I like Gigi. So when Gigi rapes Maya, we are okay with that because I like Gigi. But when Lulu rapes, Jennifer, we don't like that. We're going to get Lulu into prison right away because we don't like Lulu. But we like Gigi. Gigi is funny. Is that how it is? Yes, that's exactly how these guys are acting. I'm sorry, guys, and I'm sorry, guys. Why? For me, at least, Japan used to be a, I don't know, a country to honor, a country with idealistic, with I think honor is the most important thing, and I think they lost honor for some time, tens of years, not just this. This is just the latest example of how the elected officials, the government of Japan acts, including still allowing those occupiers their land and their country. But hey, that's what you have in a mass democracy. People voted, right? And since you have the mass media to be the ones that disseminate the propaganda, and they are in cahoots with the big business, and the big business is the ones that give money to the elected officials and so on, and you have all this circle. What do you want? You're a sitting duck. You're just a victim right there. But you're not that much of a victim because you have the power to educate yourself. You have the power to go and get this nowadays, get a computer, a laptop, instead of watching the or read their major whatever Harjun newspaper you got over there. But hey, it takes effort. It takes effort from not doing anything, or I don't know, jerking off, drinking beer, watching stupid shows, instead of taking yourself from that bullshit or sleeping to educating yourself, because it's not important. It's more important what kind of beer you buy or what kind of stupid show you watch. Not you. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, then to be able to educate yourself, to vote knowing what the fuck you're voting for or against, because it's not important. Those guys are the good guys. Let them continue to you. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.